Hey, this is Andrew Brown. In this video, we're going to look at Comprehend. So Comprehend is a natural language processor. It is pretty good service. We'll go over here and take a look. It's a bit different from recognition in that it's much better at analyzing text, whereas and the mechanism to how it does it is completely different as well. I'm going to go ahead and launch Comprehend. We'll just take a look at some of the examples they have. I think they have some here, maybe. I could have swore they had some. Yeah, down here below. So if you're in the real-time analysis and we go down below, you see we have some text and it's showing you what it is highlighting for all these different scenarios. You can do custom classification, not what we're going to do in this video. We're just going to utilize some of these existing insights libraries or whatever you want to call them. So what I'm going to do is make my way over to my AWS examples repo. We're going to start writing some code here. I think today I'll use Ruby, just because I find it much easier to use. So we'll give this a moment to launch up. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and make my Comprehend folder. So whoops, and I don't know where it is. It's over here now. Comprehend. And I'm going to make a new file here, called it main.rb. I'm going to cd into that Comprehend directory. And I'm going to go ahead and do a bundle init to create a gem file. We're going to include a couple things. The first will be aux, because it's going to want something like aux or no kugiri. It's just a thing that Ruby always wants. And we'll want AWS SDK comprehend. I think that's spelled right. And then I'll put in pry there if we want to do a binding pry. I'm going to go ahead and do a bundle install and get all the stuff that we need installed. So if I typed everything right, that should work. Looks like it's in good shape. We'll go ahead and start writing the code here. So we'll have to include comprehend. And if you're wondering how do I know this, it's just because I have code off screen here from our slides. We could easily go to the AWS CLI or SDK to look this stuff up, but since I already have it here, we'll just go ahead and type it out. So the first thing we'll have to do is have a client. We're going to have some kind of text. I'll just say, hello world. This is Andrew Brown doing a test with comprehend. And so what we'll need to do is, like, let's say we want to do sentiment, like whether people think that this is positive or negative. Before we do that, we actually need to supply the language. Actually, we can kind of skip that step because we know what language it is. But we could use the API to get the language and do that. But I'm just going to skip that, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the text sentiment. Okay, and so this takes two parameters. The first is going to be the text, and the second is going to be the language code. And I believe that would just be EN for English, assuming that is the format that it's asking for. And then I'll put a binding pry here, and we'll see if we get any results. So we'll go ahead and type in bundle exec ruby main.rb. And I have to require this at the top, or that's not going to work. And so we're getting sentiment back here, and so it's showing that we have a neutral sentiment. Let's go ahead and change this. So doing an awful test with comprehend. I hate this service, and I'm just saying that as a joke because I want to see if it goes into the negative. I guess we could have done positive, but that's what we'll do. And we'll just go ahead and type in RSP. And here we have our negative sentiment. So I'm just going to go ahead, and if we did here. Come on, let me paste. All right, I'll just go ahead and exit that, and we'll try this again. And so you can see that it is interpreting that as negative. So that's all I really wanted to do here. I'll just pull up comprehend so we can just take a look at some of the other functions. But this thing is really easy to use, so it's not like it's particularly difficult to learn how to code with it, but we'll just take a look and see what else we have. So see, we can detect the language, detect entities, we did detect sentiment, we could do syntax, classify the document. There's a bunch of stuff in here, so you get the idea. We'll go ahead and save our code. Comprehend. Example. Excellent. And we will see you in the next one, okay? Ciao.